Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a torta with some bad habits. Bye up, bye up. Let's get to the intro, like for reals. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I appreciate the support. I'm very humbled by it. So let's talk about Ahmed on the Tira, right? My utmost respects goes to this guy. This guy is an angel, man. From the heavens above. Orale, Amanda Perez. This guy's an angel. This guy is baby Emmanuel's angel. This guy is putting in work. He literally broke this Haros case wide open his damn self. And I didn't think he did it for the clout. And I don't think he's doing it for the views. I really believe that this guy is on a mission. He's on a trajectory, right? He's moving forward, okay? He's proceeding cautiously and at the same time, viciously for this kid. He is not going to stop until baby Emmanuel is found. And I respect it. This man deserves his flowers. This is a guy from that area who came across and stumbled across this case and has been relentless and has basically done the detectives' work for them. Now, has he gotten some hatred? He has, from some of these street guys that don't know no better, and they're willing to sit there and put their mean mug on and act like they're gangster and say, hey, homie, why don't you stay out of it? It's none of your business. This baby is everybody's business. This is no longer Jake and Rebecca's baby. They ceased to be parents when they did what they did. This is now our baby. It is up to us as human beings and as people with hearts to go out there and to find Emmanuel, to lay his soul to rest, if that's what it comes to bring justice to this child. And I believe, man, Ahmed from Tira is doing that. He is baby Emmanuel's angel. Okay, we're talking about a man who was sick. He is out there in the 115-degree weather, heat stroke weather, heart attack weather, right? Battling cancer, a cancer survivor. And you could tell just looking at him, you know, this man is not a healthy individual. But he's putting all that to the side to go out there and stomping his steel toes for this baby. He's bringing you guys breaking news left and right. He's bringing all of us breaking news. He is keeping us abreast. It's to the point now where we're not listening to these Fox Newses and these mainstream medias. We're listening to on the Tira, and he deserves his flowers because this guy has broke this case wide open. He was the one that brought you the video from the store across from Big Five that exposed Rebecca Haros' lies. That actually he forwarded to the detective showing that there was no hola. There was oh hell nah. She fell on her own. There was no baby Emmanuel present. She did not even go into Big Five to buy the mouth guard. She just fell and called her husband, and he came running with this story that either she or both of them fabricated together. Now, I said in my video earlier, and I want to reiterate, Jake's whole lullaby, I don't call it an alibi, I call it a lullaby, right? His whole lullaby is going to be, well, this is what Rebecca told me. Blame game, pointing fingers. He's good at that. He did that to his first baby mama. And the person that recognized that he was doing this from the gate, the person that had a lot of suspicion, the person that literally went up to the doorsteps and demanded answers was Ahmed from Tira. I respect the vato. For those that are putting a snitch jacket on him, they're telling him rest his neck. They're telling him don't pay attention to it. It's none of your business. You go fucking take a back seat because this right here is none of your business. It's all our business. There is a baby missing. Whether that baby is dead or that baby is alive, a baby is missing. And this guy is doing the most and doing all that he can to help get this case wrapped up. Now, in the gang life, in the street life, we look at individuals that involve themselves in other people's business or that assist law enforcement as a snitch, a rata, someone who's working close with the feds or working close with law enforcement, fraternizing with the canine is what we used to call it, right? you're looked down upon in that life. But this guy's not part of that life. This guy is part of real life, and real life is saying that there's a baby missing and that these two monsters, Rebecca and Jake Harrell, unalived that baby. Are we going to question what Tira is saying? Well, everyone has the right to question somebody, but we're talking about a man who's on the scene, interviewing family members, interviewing people, getting footage, going store to store, gathering footage. Where was law enforcement doing this? Because they sure were taking their time. It took them a minute. And I understand they're doing their job, and you have to have all the proper evidence, the circumstantial evidence, everything to convict someone or even arrest them. I understand that. But this man is out there advocating for Emmanuel. If you notice, while other people are focusing on Rebecca and everything she was into, her past and her future, and believe me, her future is going to be orange jumpsuits and pegadas done by other women on her, right? And then they're focusing on Jake's past, his criminal history with his daughter, his fraud, his brother, all these different things that even myself as a content creator is focused on. He stays focused on the baby. When that neighbor came out arguing with him, trying to justify that he needed to let it go, that he was bringing negative attention. Oh, what a difference a day makes. Oh, how it hurts. I wonder what that neighbor is thinking now when Tira was fighting for the justice of Emmanuel and telling him, get the fuck out of here, homie, go in your home. You know, there's a baby missing. These people are guilty of sin. And you're sitting here talking about, I know them. I know the baby. You don't know shit. Meanwhile, while you were sitting there eating corn pops, watching Netflix, there was a baby being dismembered next door to you. I hate to say it like that, but it's the fucking truth, right? While he was over there putting fertilizer on his lawn, they were over there putting lye on a baby. So what that guy needs to do is shut the fuck up. And I'm glad that Tira put him on blast and exposed just what type of neighbor he is. See, in the communities that we live on, we rely upon our neighbors to help us out. We rely upon the community to help us out. This guy, Ahmed, is definitely a pillar of his community. If he wasn't recognized before, he needs to be recognized now. He's an angel, you know? And not only is this helping Emmanuel get justice and helping convict and put two fucking monsters behind bars that definitely deserve it. God forbid they get out on a technicality, but they deserve it. What he's doing more so even than that, right, is he's helping himself. He's making a statement in his life. He's doing something. And again, man, you know, shout out to him. And I hope he lives forever. But you can tell this man is unhealthy, battling cancer and all that, right? There was actually a moment where he passed out during a live, man, and he had to be checking out in an ambulance. But he came right back to the scene and got right back to it. He's out there being the voice for the voiceless. He's out there being Emmanuel's voice. He's being Emmanuel's angel. But what it's doing more so than even helping the baby, which that is the first priority, his first priority and everyone's. What he's doing even more so than that is he's bringing life back to himself. He has a mission. He has a purpose and a goal now, something to do to take his mind off what he's going through. He's putting that baby's soul, life, and justice ahead of his own health. That's a real one. That's not a snake or a rat or someone who's doing it for views or someone who's doing it for clout, because there's a lot of other people that have been there from day one as well, but no one is doing it like Tira is doing it. He broke news left and right. He was the one that interviewed the grandmother. He was the one that brought you, you know, the video footage. He was the one that was right there on the side of the freeway when Jake Harrell pulled up to assist in helping find the baby. Look, like he said from the beginning, I've said in several others, there was foul play. And obviously there was if Jake is trying to help them find a baby. There's definitely not a baby crawling around with the rattlesnakes and coyotes out there on the side of the road in Yucaipa, right? It's not happening. Or Moreno Valley, excuse me. What's happening right now is Tira stays pressing. This is what has to happen. This is the type of people that we need for our children. You know, with the world we live in, our children can't play outside. It's different now. See, back in our days, we used to go out there, ride bikes, kick back. What was the thing? You get off school, man. Hey, I'm going to go play with my friends, right? Well, until the lights went out, until the fucking street lights came on, you got to come in. That's how most people lived, right? Now, you don't see kids outside anymore unless there's a parent present. You can't allow your kids to go ride bikes and do that because you got weirdos like Jake Harrell and Rebecca Harrell and several others that will traffic these children or that will do something bad to them. Unfortunately, in Jake Harrell and Rebecca Harrell's case, it's their own children. Imagine the horror these kids had to survive through. I can't, and I won't. And Tira knows exactly how I feel, and I understand how he feels, and that's why he's getting this video in memory of him. And he's still living. He's still doing his thing. I rely upon him to bring you guys what I'm bringing you. This guy was put in Emmanuel's life to save this kid. You know, there wasn't no one there to protect him from monsters. He was born into a house of horrors, monsters. If that's even their child, we still have not proven that. You know, just because someone says, hey, this is my kid, we don't know if it popped out her pussy. We don't know. Excuse my language. Earmuff it if you fucking don't like it, but this is just the way I get down. No added preservatives on my channel. One guy said, you have vulgar language. I'm going to unsubscribe. I said, let me do it for you. You're blocked, right? This is how I get down, man, and this is just my style. You know, but at the same time, Tira is the same exact way. He's not going to take no for an answer. He's going to be present because he believes this baby needs justice just like I do. You know, I've seen people that are advocating for Rebecca Haros. She was a battered woman. She didn't know what to do. Every fucking mother has instincts. It's called motherly instincts. They know exactly what to do. You don't have to teach a mother how to change a diaper. They just know. You don't have to teach a mother how to prepare her kid with the mouth guard. They just know. You don't have to prepare a mother how to protect her child from a bad father. They just know. Unless your name is Rebecca Haros and you're so sprung on the pipa that you're willing to just give your baby up. Okay? These people, as you could tell by the greed of Jake Haros, right? As you could tell by his greedy ways, doing fraud and everything that he was into, that this guy's about his money. I don't know if he still works at Walmart. I don't know. From what I hear, they were just holed up in their house doing what they do, right? But he seems like he was into getting money. I think we're all into getting money, right? Whether it's legal or illegally, he was getting a little bit illegally and working at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Here's that motherfucker on aisle 9. Where's your kid at? On aisle 10? We don't know. We don't even know if you have a child. Especially Emmanuel, right? But what we do know is this. With all that going on, what's not to say that this wasn't a big scheme and a kid was kidnapped just for the sole purpose of making a GoFundMe? What's to say that this wasn't, that they didn't just take a baby and unalive this baby, and that's why they're having no remorse? You can see it in a parent's eyes when they feel some type of way about their children. These people are emotionless. They don't show that. They don't show regret. What they show literally is anguish that they were busted, that they were caught, that they were apprehended, that they were snatched up. Now, they're in court right now as I'm doing this video. So there probably will be several more videos made upon what happens to them. I think they'll be remanded right back to the jailhouse. I think that they'll get arraigned. They'll be found suitable to go to court, right? And they'll be arraigned on murder charges. There's too much circumstantial evidence. For those that believe they're going to get out, well, I don't know. Refer to my first video I dropped this morning so you can see how that slimy Timu lawyer is trying to wiggle his way for Jake. Not Rebecca, but her lawyer will do the same thing eventually. Gracias, Tira. Con permiso, Tira. This is the first time that I've said Tira in a positive fashion. This guy is Emmanuel's angel. He was sent with the sole purpose to focus on this case and to bring justice. And I believe this will be the guy that will do it. You know, he got a hard time yesterday because he reported that the baby was found. He wants to be ahead of the curve. I get it. I'm a content creator. You know, we want to be breaking the news. We want to be going viral. This is part of our job, part of what we do as content creators. So he did misspeak and say that the baby was found. But when he's seen, you know, and he got a call, he has some inside information. People are feeding him information because they understand he's doing the correct thing with it. And that what he's advocating for, he's not faking it to make it. He's actually really, really pressing for this baby. And so when he's out there on the side of that freeway and they bring Jake Haros off that SUV to assist the detectives and the police officers in finding the baby, he figured that Jake Haros was taking him right to the location. So he said, the baby's been found. Now, he misspoke once. There's been several other things he said that have been facts and truth, and most of it, 99% of it has been. That's the first time he misspoke, right? And he quickly corrected himself, went back to social media, uploaded a video, went live and said, hey, my bad, the baby wasn't found. But hey, even myself, if I was right there in his shoes, I'd have probably said the same thing. Like, hey, they're here. They found the baby. This guy led him to it. I truly believe that he's misdirecting them and leading them to a different area, or he's leading them to an area kind of close. So eventually when they do find the baby, he's going to say, well, that's where Rebecca told me she put this baby. After she cut the baby up with the hacksaw she bought, after she covered him in the lie that she bought at the Home Depot, after she made up this false story. See, I was at my son. See, he has a lullaby, not an alibi. He has a lullaby. He was at his son's football game. She's the one that took off the Big Five. She's the one that last had the baby. She's the one that was supposed to buy a mouth guard and the bitch never came out with it. She's the one that got beat up by Ola. She told him this, and he's only going off what she said. When the truth of the matter is, this is something that they conspired and concocted in the living room, surrounded by blood and baby parts. Unfortunately, I hate that I have to be graphic, but I'm also being real. The Tira recognizes it. I recognize it, and I hope you recognize it. These are monsters we don't need in our community or any other community. It's not all about us. It's not all about our children. It's about all children and all people being safe. Okay, I know with gangs, gang violence, and drugs, and homelessness, and all these different things that are going on in this world, and the deportations, and we got a lot, riots in the streets and protests. There's a lot going on. The last thing we need is monsters unaliving their own children in their living room. Okay, I'm so happy that On the Tira is out there advocating, because I hear a lot of people talking about Jake and Rebecca. I don't even fucking Rechueca, right? Her name's Rechueca. That Yaki and Rechueca. Okay, I hear a lot of people talking about Rechueca and Yaki, but no one's talking about the baby, Emmanuel. How did we get here? We got here because there's a missing child. Now, whether that child is living or breathing, I think we're all over that by now. I think now we just want to see that baby laid to rest. And who's going to do it? Has anyone thought about who's going to do it? If there was no family members, not one, that knew what this dude was doing, Yaki and Richueca, if they didn't know what they did, where's Jake's sister all of a sudden? Yaki, where's your sister at? That piruja, the one that said, my brother would never do nothing like this, bitch. I thought bitch, I really thought right? On the Tira knows that and I know that too. You'll do anything for your brother. What about your niece? Did you do anything for her? Let's be real, okay? I just wanted to give flowers to On the Tira, because he is out there really putting it down for the brown people and for all people, right? He's showing that not only are brown people, right, murderers and killers and whatever else fucking people like to say they are, but there's also advocates, people for justice, people that love children, people that want to help, people that want to help their community, people that want to see two monsters gone. It's not snitching if a motherfucker's hurting a kid. You may look at it that way if you're a hardcore gangster, right? You could tell by the writing on the wall. But if you're a real one, if you're a father or a mother or someone concerned with kids, being abducted or murdered, then and only then will you understand the plight. On the Tira's as real as it gets. That dude's sacrificing his body, his health, and at some points even his integrity, because there's people that are questioning him. And it's crazy, the world that we live in with social media, people want to question every little thing. He doesn't have all the answers, but the answers he's given so far have been right on point, and I respect it. Hey, baby Emmanuel, wherever he is, pobrecito, he has an angel. Angels come in all forms, and his is On the Tira. That guy deserves his respect. He deserves his love and his admiration and his flowers. And even more so, this is a man that's sick. You could look at him and see the anguish in his eyes, what he's going through. He's struggling, but he's fighting that good fight for a baby. While these fucking parents are sitting there eating hard-boiled eggs and orange slices for breakfast in the county jail and have not shed a tear yet. The first time Rebecca cried is when she got this fucking jailhouse interview. Yes, she was given a jailhouse interview where she doubled down on her story. She said straight up, she's sticking to her story. Yaki's a good father. He would never hurt a kid. What about his daughter? Right? What do you mean he would never hurt a kid? Bitch, he did that already. He has priors like Richard. Straight up. We're sitting here and no one's looking for my baby. You sat in your house for a week and a half and didn't look for your baby. You guys were watching Netflix and cuddling. Netflix and chilling. You guys watched the WWE pay-per-view. Stop it. You were not out there looking for the child. Guess who was? You guys ready? Tira was. He was out there pressing, looking for the baby. He was out there with shirts for the baby. He was out there with big old fucking things for the baby. You know, while people are protesting in the streets over getting deported in this, he was out there looking for the baby. So don't sit there, Rebecca, and cry in the county jail now because you're caught. Well, no one's looking for our baby. Guess what, mija? You don't have to worry about it. Puta, Tira is. He got it, right? He got this. You don't worry about it. He cares more about your baby than you do, unfortunately. Anyways, with that being said, I want to give him the flowers and the respect. And this is just me being me and real. I got more videos, giving videos piggyback rides. We about to do this today, man. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in. That's the betterment of all people. And that's the bottom line, because guess what? Gun said so. For reals.